What is up, guys, and welcome to this prediction video. For this video we will be covering the match on the 3rd of September in the English Premier League between Arsenal and Manchester United. The last time these two sides met was on the 22nd of January 2023 at the Etihad, with the Gunners edging things out just ever so slightly. Manchester United actually took the lead in the 17th minute courtesy of a Marcus Rashford goal. Now, Marcus Rashford had a habit of scoring against Arsenal, and the Gunners did a fairly good job of keeping him quiet for most of the match. And it was with this fantastic dribble and then long-range drive that he was able to find the back of the net. It was very promising for United, but Arsenal were not going to take it lying down, and in the 24th minute, Eddie Nketiah got the equalizer for the Gunners, courtesy of a bit of fancy wing play on the left wing for Arsenal, and then a cross comes in and Nketiah somehow gets his head on the end of it, and it's incredible to me that he does, because if you look around him, he's just surrounded with Manchester United players. So either A, Nketiah really wanted to get to that ball, or B, the United defenders didn't really want to try and get that ball anywhere else. They were just hoping that it goes over and just runs into touch. And then the Gunners turned the match on its head in the 53rd minute. Bukayo Saka with a long drive of his own, basically sending a statement to Manchester United and Marcus Rashford: anything you can do, we can do better. The young English player, who was just voted Young Player of the Season for 2023, really just took it in his stride, left foot, and blasted it past the goalkeeper. A fantastic goal. United fought back, and in the 59th minute, Lisandro Martinez got a weird header from a corner. The ball comes out, it's not cleared, and he flings himself at it, and it's a diving header, just looping over everybody and into the back of the net. And for the longest time, it did look like the match was going to end as a draw, until in the 90th minute, Eddie Nketiah, again the man that Arsenal needed, stepped up. The ball is played into the box. I don't know if somebody's taking a shot or if it's an intended pass, but what I do know is Nketiah somehow wiggles himself into space and pokes the ball into the back of the net past the keeper with his back heel. It might not be the most beautiful goal, but it was a very, very necessary goal for Arsenal. A goal that sort of tried to keep them in the lead when it came to the title race, but it didn't really help, because at the end of the day, City managed to take home the trophy. But at the end of the day, on the night, it was Manchester United 2, Arsenal 3. Okay, with Arsenal being the home side and this fixture obviously taking place at the Emirates, we kick off our team analysis with the Gunners. Firstly, I think we have to look at Declan Rice. I was very skeptical when Declan Rice signed for Arsenal. I didn't exactly know what it was they were looking for in him. I mean, in terms of a central midfielder, they've got Jorginho, they've got Thomas Partey. Why would the Gunners need a third? But Declan Rice has just slotted in, and he seems to fit into Arsenal kind of like a glove. It's incredible how Declan Rice has just managed to solidify Arsenal's midfield, still bring a degree of creativity. He's exactly what they needed. A central midfielder who's box to box and equally efficient in terms of attack and defense. Next up, I'd like us to look at Martin Odegaard. Now, Odegaard I think personally, was Arsenal's best player last season. He was so creative going forward, good at keeping the ball, good at creating opportunities, but most importantly, good at inspiring his team. And I think Odegaard will be expected to do that on this night and going forward for Arsenal this entire season. And finally, that young player of the year, that young Englishman who's just lit the Emirates alight with this talent and dribbling wizardry, Bukayo Saka, a fantastic player. I think, under Arteta, he's really flourished. It kind of makes me wonder if Arsenal had a player like this under Arsene Wenger, he probably would have won a Ballon d'Or. And look, Bukayo Saka is still very, very young, and I think that's a lot of pressure to put on him. But he's so quick, he's so tricky, and he can put power in a ball that just you wouldn't expect from a player of his size and his stature. I think already Bukayo Saka has replaced Raheem Sterling in the English national team, and that just goes to show the level of quality that he has. Okay, next up we look at Manchester United. Now for United, it's looked a little shaky in the past few weeks, and I think a lot of that is down to our first player, Casemiro. Now Casemiro came into Old Trafford and he made a world of difference at Manchester United. I cannot understate how important Casemiro was to Manchester United and to Erik ten Hag's entire strategy. I think United have these players who are delicate on the ball, who can do pretty things now and again, but they don't have that hard man that Manchester United has just become synonymous with, the likes of Paul Scholes and Roy Keane. And that's exactly what Casemiro brings to Manchester United. But I think lately he's been a bit shaky at the back, maybe lacking a little bit of discipline. Hopefully he improves. He's going to need to, otherwise it's not going to look good for United in the center of the park. In front of him, I want to talk about Bruno Fernandes. So Fernandes has been elected as Manchester United's new captain. And I think it was well deserved. I think Bruno Fernandes has the potential to turn a match on his head. He is so phenomenally talented, able to create opportunities for different players, able to put chances away, sort of control the game a little. I think with him as well, discipline might be a little bit of an issue, and I think also leadership. Bruno Fernandes might be Manchester United's captain, but I want to see more from him as a captain. In terms of talent and what he does physically, he's fantastic. But I think maybe he just needs to do a little bit more psychologically for his team. And finally, I want to talk about Marcus Rashford. Now, Rashford has a fantastic record against Arsenal. And I think that he will be looking to continue that this weekend. He's quick, he's clinical, he's precise. Rashford is everything United need in a number 9. I think, again, it's just down to him sometimes still needing to improve on their decision-making processes. Sometimes there are players in better positions. I've seen matches where Bruno Fernandes is in a better goal-scoring opportunity or in a better goal-scoring position. And then you have Rashford just whacking it from tight angles or from awkward positions when he should be passing it. So maybe there's a bit of improvement that needs to happen in regard to Marcus Rashford's game as well. But I think if anybody's going to grab headlines for Manchester United, it's going to be Marcus Rashford. Okay, on to the S3M2 Verdict. Now, if you look at the last 5 matches between these two sides, it's actually pretty even. The important thing here is that the home side has won in those matches. The 2 wins for Arsenal came at the Emirates, the 2 wins for Manchester United came at Old Trafford. But now you also look at the goals that were scored. In each of those matches, the winning team scored 3 goals, and I think that for me is a factor. If 3 is a magic number here, I think it's more likely that Arsenal score 3 than Manchester United score 3. If you look at United's last match, it was a 3-2 victory that they managed to fight back from, but those 2 goals early on, I think if Arsenal score those 2 goals early on, they're not going to let it slip. I think United have been very leaky at the back, just lacking discipline, lacking just sort of concentration altogether. Whereas Arsenal have been the direct opposite. Arsenal are looking fluid, moving from back to front. They're looking very solid. I think if United play on the counter, they have an opportunity to maybe steal something here from the Emirates. But I look at Arsenal and I think they're just as efficient playing on the counter. They're just as efficient playing possession. You look at the problems they caused Manchester City in the FA Community Shield and you just think, I don't think that Manchester United have the concentration right now, the focus and the form to shut out this Arsenal team. Hi, thank you for making it to the end of this video. We really appreciate the watch time and the fact that you took some time out of your day to spend it with us talking about the sport that we all love. If you enjoyed the content, why not, drop a like down below or comment in the comment section. Maybe even consider subscribing to the channel. And I mean, while you are here right now, have a look at some of our old videos too. They should be appearing on the screen right now. along with that subscribe button. So you know exactly what to do. Um, thank you so much. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. And have a great day out there. And we hope to see you again very, very soon. Thanks. Stay safe.